because that's really not you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The person say acting tough. No, I call that presenting scare tactics at the end of the day. And like I say, it's not for everybody. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
For some people it is. You know what I mean? They can live their life and they can go through it. You know what I'm saying? That way.
Yeah.
But man, you see certain situations and things like that, and it's really not them. Especially if you know these individuals, and that's not, you know what I'm saying, what they represented or who they was as a person. And a lot of people, like I say, they got in these groups, and here it goes again. You guys are all dressing the same. You know what I mean? Now you're talking the same. So that's another way that you're losing who you are as a person. Now you're further away from even finding yourself. And then we have television, social media. You know what I mean? So we have all these things, alcohol, we have drugs. So people get so far from themselves as an individual, so therefore they're lost now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then when they finally come to, you know what I'm saying, for some of them, it's mentally too late, for the simple fact that the drugs then fried all the brain cells that they possibly had, you know, in them as a human being. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, really catching things and homing into what's going on with you, you know what I'm saying, at a stage where, you know what I'm saying, you can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a such thing as being too late. You know what I mean? And death is one of them. It's too late. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Or if you mess around and start messing with this wrong stuff out there, and you all know what that wrong stuff is, you can mess you up mentally. You know what I'm saying? To where you will never home in to who you were or who you used to be, or start at some point in life.
You'll never be able to snap back.
Never be able to snap back. And with me, as well as you, we didn't see some of the individuals we grew up with
100%.
to where, they're not their self. You know what I mean? They see you and they know who you are as a person, but who that individual was at a point in time in his life, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, man, it's not the same. You know what I mean? So I just feel that you as a person, you have to lock into yourself who you are. And what I mean by that is dig deep. You got to dig deep. You know what I mean? You got to dig deep. You got to push everything else out, and you got to bring everything in. Even if you have to revisit, you know what I'm saying, your life in the past, you know what I'm saying? Take, you know what I'm saying, the good, you know what I'm saying, and get rid of, you know what I'm saying, the things that, you know what I'm saying, don't help you prosper in life. And you just have to do that. Sometimes you have to look at life in order to find the necessary starting point. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I did. I went back and analyzed and looked at my life all the way from the beginning for as far as back as I can remember. That's what I did. So I can remember some things when I was 5 years old, 4 years old, you know, all the way up to my current point. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they don't give that time to even think about their life because they're so distracted by so many things that's, you know, in this world today. Or they're focused on the things that have no substance or don't even make no sense to even focus on. You know what I mean? So what I did is basically look back at my life because I always questioned myself, and I wanted to know what made me tick. You know what I'm saying? What made me think the way that I think? What made me do the things that I hadn't done and the things that I've been through in life? You know, so when I look back at my life, you know what I'm saying? I seen certain things as far as I had a single mother who worked very hard. So I looked at that. Well, I had a single mother, which is a woman. And I can remember one situation to where a person asked me, who was a person, you know what I'm saying? We was in this class and a whole bunch of individuals, and they was talking about role models and, you know, persons that they looked up to and so forth and so on. Yeah. And in this class, they was picking like Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? They was picking actors, so forth and so on. Me, I'm a person like this. I don't really connect with people on TV. I look at it strictly for what it is, even at a younger age. For entertainment purposes only. Yeah. So as all these people picking Michael Jordan and all these other individuals, these are people they don't truly know. These are individuals they've seen on TV or in a magazine or a book or whatever the case may be. Me, I say I don't knock what everybody else chose, but I say I'm gonna be honest with you. It was my mom. You know what I mean? Because my mom that was my inspiration. That was, even though she was of a different gender, but she was strong as an individual. Yeah. And I didn't see my mom scrap too. So, you know what I mean? So she was a protector in the household until I got a certain age to where I became the protector. Yeah. Because at a young age, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't stopping no grown man for doing whatever he had to do or, you know what I'm saying, at that point in time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because abuse to your mother and things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was something that took place in the household when I was growing up. And I always vowed when I get old enough, strong enough, I'm going to protect my mom. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But going back to what I was saying, I picked my mom as the individual that I looked up to. And it wasn't due to her sexual gender. It was due to her attributes that she had as a strong person, working and being responsible. Because she made sure, you know what I'm saying, that me and my brothers, even though we weren't rich, it appeared that we had a whole lot, but she made it look that way. So for me, that was a tool, you know what I'm saying, that I picked up and I took with me. And that was one of the things I looked at all through my life. Mm-hmm. And then as far as being a protector and not being feared, I had a situation one time. I was fighting this guy, and I lived in Holly Park at the time. And I was fighting this guy, and he had like 2 or 3 cousins with him, so forth and so on. So as I'm fighting this individual, every time that I started to get the best of the individual, or I get them in a, some type of hold or move, they would kind of rush in, you know what I'm saying, like they was going to jump me. So I had to jump back, and, kind of position myself, basically, you know what I'm saying, to not get jumped. So it got to a point where they started us over, we fought again, and before you know it, we're locked up, we fighting. I slammed the guy, I get up on him, but now a guy that took a swing on me, one of the relatives that took a swing on me, I dodged the swing and went on the run. Yeah. Because they all trying to crowd me down, right? So this is at the time when my dad, you know what I'm saying, he lived with us at the time. I was younger. So I hightailed it to the house. They own me though. So as I hightailed it to the house, I go straight into the house and shut the door behind me. But my dad's standing, right in the door. As soon as I slam the door behind me, he's looking at me, wondering what's going on. And this was when I learned, as far as with the fear and so forth and so on, this is when that got pushed away. And that's what I looked at, and that's where I learned that from. So as I go into the house, my dad's there, and my dad take a look at me and look back at the door. He opens the door. He sees the guy that was on me at my doorstep. And he sees 2, 3 other guys, you know what I'm saying, offside of the porch. Everybody that lived in Holly Park, you know how the porches was. There was a flat porch, and they had a little area you could look off to the side if you lived in, you know what I'm saying, in Holly Park, and you had that type of porch set up at the time. I lived in the 2-story at the time, and it was a corner one, 2-story, and so he tells me, no, we don't do that. So he's trying to send me back outside, but I'm telling him it's 3 of them. Yeah, he's not hearing me. He's like, you go out there and you fight him, and you will see what happens in the end when you fight him. So me, I'm a little leery because it's 3 guys, it's 3 kids. Yeah. The other ones is older than me. But what I did is, it was either I go out there and I scrap with them, or I go in there and I ain't gonna scrap with my dad. You know what I mean? Because he was a person that, you know what I'm saying, I feared at the time. And so I went out there and scrapped with these 3 individuals. I'm talking about in the dirt, we scuffling, I'm crying, I'm going through this. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, when I picked up from that, even though I scrapped with them, I suffered a few bruises, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of swollenness. I healed from it, and it was not no big deal. So I realized, like, fighting, you know what I mean, and standing up for myself. And the moral to that story is, the 3 individuals, I never had no problem with them individuals ever again, And I went in, and my dad gave me that lecture, and he was like, boy, don't you ever run from nobody. And you know what I'm saying? Because running from somebody or allowing somebody to get them steps on you, later on in life, you'll see what that does, you know what I'm saying, to you in them situations. So that fearless, being able to stand up for myself, you know what I mean, the responsibility outside that my mom gave me, being that hard worker, it all revolved to where I am now. And what I did is I tapped into each one of them situations. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to like my son, so forth and so on, them are good components that I have as far as the individual. Now, I can say as far as having a significant other, I have my own personal, you know what I mean, belief when it comes to that, you know what I'm saying, as we all do. And I feel like each is his own, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But what I will say is be a man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, don't have your Levi's on or your sweatpants on, and underneath that joint is a thong. You know what I mean? Keep your boxer briefs on. You know what I mean? So that's all I got to say on that topic there. But and maybe later on we get a little further in that whole little conversation as far as with the topic, if y'all would like to hear that. But just touching bases on itself. it's really just, you know what I'm saying, asking yourself, you know, uh, uh, who do I see myself, you know, as, you know what I mean? Am I content with what I see before the mirror? Um, uh, uh, am I even satisfied at that point in time? Like a lot of people, they stand in the mirror, and a lot of people never look actually into the mirror. They actually brush their teeth. They look down, they look up, or they look at the mirror, and either they're looking at some exterior type time, you know what I'm saying, on what's going on, but they're never looking in the soul or the eyes, you know what I mean, and really saying, you know what I'm saying, I am him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm the one. You know what I mean? And you have to really look at, when you look at self, you really got to look at that. You ain't looking at how much muscles you have, or, you know what I'm saying, or the chain that you got dangling, or, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is on that exterior that you want. You want to look deep within yourself, man, and ask yourself, man, you know, me, you know what I'm saying? Because we all had that time in life where, you know what I'm saying, we had a certain physical attribute that we had that, you know what I'm saying, we disliked, or whatever the case may be. But the only reason you disliked it is because what other people thought. You know what I mean? It's like for me, I'll tell you off top, one of the things that, you know, people always said about me at some particular time was my nose. You know what I'm saying? But man, my nose always, I've been hitting this thing, it ain't never bled. You know what I mean? I ain't never had no bloody nose, and it's a good, strong structure. You know what I mean? So I got good, healthy, strong features. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I ain't got that nose that's, you know what I'm saying, ridiculous, you know what I'm saying, at a growth point to where, you know what I'm saying, it's looking like a deformity or anything like that. But people talked about my nose. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can remember the time when I had a girlfriend, and she was like, if we ever have a baby, I don't want him to have your nose. So I'm thinking like, damn, what's wrong with my nose? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I looked at my nose and I said, man, my nose is shaped. It fits my face. Man, it's healthy. And I got to thinking for myself. I said, man, I ain't never had no bloody nose. I ain't never really had no issues with my nose. No, nothing. You know what I mean? So I said, man, I got a good nose. You know what I mean? So I had to accept it for what it is. You know what I mean? And even when it comes to my dark skin, you know what I mean? We all know that, you know what I'm saying, at the time, you know what I'm saying, dark skin wasn't in. So these are some of the things that I look at as a flaw, as a flaw, thinking of what somebody else is thinking. You know what I'm saying? So these are all the things. But as life progressed on, my complexion, I said, man, I got a good clean complexion. You know what I mean? It's healthy, and that's another thing. I never had no problems with my complexion. You know what I'm saying? No issues. I ain't never had no acne issues or anything like that. Even with me being older, you know what I'm saying, getting facial hair, I don't get no razor bumps and nothing like that. But I don't use razors. You know what I mean? Or aftershave or anything, you know what I'm saying, of that. I use strictly the trimmers, the clippers, so forth and so on to keep myself right. You know what I mean? But I feel like for me, cleanliness is the key too. You know what I mean? Your hygiene, your groom, your shave, your smell, you know what I mean? You know, because them are some of the things that for me, I feel good about. You know what I'm saying? That cleanliness, you know what I mean? Because nobody want to be amongst a person. You know what I'm saying? Or if you can smell yourself, that's bad. Yeah, that's but that's another thing that, you know what I'm saying, you look into is you find you know what I'm saying, your look. You know what I mean? Everybody has a look. Some people can wear the beard. You know, as males, some people can wear the beard. Some people can wear the mustache. Some people can wear the clean face. Me, I'm never wearing the clean face. I can't wear it.
I can't do the butt. Yeah. I can't do the
But at the end of the day, and getting close to wrapping this up, you know, I enjoyed, you know, talking to you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a good conversation.
Good conversation. And we gonna get more in depth. You know what I'm saying? As things progress on, and we gonna let it do what it do. At the end of the day, but always remember this. You know what I'm saying? The mind works best when you open it, and also, you know what I'm saying? What you see, you know what I mean? What you think. You know what I mean? It all come into existence. You know what I'm saying? So never let your mind, you know what I'm saying, take astray, you know, and never lose sight of who you are as a person. Because what you do, it's all said and done. And when you're gone, you're gone. As far as in this life. Nobody knows what takes place in the afterlife, you know. But other than that, y'all be out. This is Gantry.
KD.
Man, we'll holler at y'all.